Next on BYUSN, Big 12 Life in the back of the pack. BYU football and men's basketball bringing up the rear in two notable ratings, but does it really matter?
And Brady Christensen weighs in on the Cougars trying to get in the NFL and the current offensive line.
Welcome to BYU Sports Nation, presented by the BYU Store, official outfitter of BYU fans everywhere. Happy Friday. This is how we do it, April 14th. I am Spencer Linton, alongside a man who is now going to watch old movies in theaters, Jarom Jordan.
Now, what is old? Probably 2003 is old because it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
Last night I went to Return of the King in theaters. I had not seen it in theaters because I was on my 2-year mission trip. But my mission president, Benedito Serginho Antunes dos Santos, Brazilian.
I was hoping for a longer name.
Yeah, I know. It was only like 5 names. He let us watch it on my mission. So I saw it a couple of times, which is super cool. I actually watched it in Portuguese the first time because we couldn't figure out the dubbing situation. But it was super fun to see who laughed at what point, who cheered at one point. Like there was cheer, I can't carry it, but I can carry you. And the crowd's like, yeah. It was awesome. It was super fun. I saw Return of the Jedi is going to come back into theaters locally here in a little bit. Going to take my kids to that one. Interstellar, Rogue One, E.T., been to a couple. Yeah, it's fun, man. I hope movie theaters do this more often. I
feel like it's a way to get people back to the theaters, and they're looking for ways because it kind of it died with COVID.
Well, not for my family. But we're at the theater right now. We're at the theater every other week, it feels like.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot of good movies.
Early poll for BYU fans and BYU Sports Nation contributors. If you could put one blockbuster movie back in the theaters to go see, what would it be?
Pre-Indiana Jones, I would love for them to do the first 3 in theaters. That'd be awesome.
Oh, go see Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
The Last Crusade. I just introduced my 11-year-old to that movie.
Honestly, as a parent, it's fun to introduce your kids to some of these films that are classic, or like ones that are stupid, but you still want them to see it like you saw it. Like I did that with the Ewok movies with my kids. There are 2 Ewok movies. Did you know that? Did you know that? Okay. Yeah, they're on Disney Plus. They're terrible, but I was like, let's watch them. Tate asked to watch the second Ewok movie the other day.
Wow.
It's hilarious. Oh, are we on? Okay.
Yes, we are.
On today's show, how concerned are we about some preseason rankings for BYU football and men's basketball? BYU's the last ranked team going into the Big 12 and in a couple metrics. Do we care? Carolina Panthers' Brady Christensen talks about the draft potential of Blake Freeland and others. The loss that is actually a win to that school up north. We talked about it yesterday. And Mitch Worthington and Shawn Olmstead of 6th-ranked BYU men's volleyball taking on 8th-ranked Stanford tonight. Huge match. They're coming in studio to talk about it. But first, here are today's headlines.
Today marks the final practice of BYU spring football. I have mixed emotions because now it really is the offseason. But the transfer portal opens back up tomorrow. Will BYU add some more key pieces? Both Jarom and I feel like the work is not done for roster additions, courtesy of the transfer portal. In addition, the NCAA has adopted new recruiting rules for official and unofficial visits. Prospects, get this, will no longer have a limit to the number of official visits they can make to NCAA member schools. Still limited to 1 official visit per school, except in the case of a coaching change. Our friend Robbie McCombs at RT McCombs on Twitter said, can't wait for the memoir of a high school kid that talks about how he didn't pay for a meal the whole summer because he had 45 official visits.
That's going to happen. That's hilarious. Number 6 men's volleyball wraps up the regular season with a pair of matches tonight and tomorrow at 9 Eastern against 8th-ranked Stanford at home on the BYU TV app tonight, app and BYU TV tomorrow. MPSF tournament seeds 2 through 4 on the table for the Cougars. Shawn Olmstead going for win 150 as the men's coach. And BYU trying to pull off its 3rd undefeated home season in program history. A lot going on this weekend in the Smith Fieldhouse.
BYU women's basketball has 3 players enter the transfer portal. Yep, it applies to all sports. Amanda Barcelo, Sophia Lee, and Alyssa Blank. Barcelo, the most notable of those 3, played in 32 games. Alex's little sister obviously started 7 games this past season and did some nice things. Felt like she would have a growing role, but not to be at BYU. Lee and Blank, both freshmen who had not seen any playing time at BYU.
Baseball lost Game 1 to Santa Clara 11-6 last night. Game 2 tonight, 9 Eastern on the BYU Radio app. And Game 3 is tomorrow at 4 Eastern time.
BYU softball plays arguably its most important series of the season this weekend in conference at LMU. Game 1 of the series tonight, 5 Eastern, then a doubleheader tomorrow. Remember, BYU lost 2 of 3 in Provo to the Lions last year. That was the tiebreaker that ultimately sent LMU to the NCAA tournament and ended BYU's streak of 16 straight NCAA tournaments.
I would not argue against this being the most important. This is the most important. Let's go. Track and field did work at the Brian Clay Invitational, California last night. Aubrey Frentaway breaking the BYU women's 10K record with a 32-34.08. That record lasted 39 years. Congrats to Aubrey. That's awesome. 4 other top 10 marks happened last night on the men's side in the 10K. Casey Klinger, Creed Thompson, Brandon Garnica, and Joey Noakes, whose dad was my middle school history teacher in 8th grade.
You got a B+, right?
I wish. Also, Sierra Tidwell Alphin took first in the high jump and is currently ranked 4th nationally. I probably got an A in that.
Okay.
I was a good student before BYU.
What happened? What happened?
School got in the way of my education.
Hey, football is not entirely lost on BYU. Yeah, spring football's over, but the USFL begins this weekend, and a number of former Cougars are involved. Diane Lake and the Houston Gamblers take on the Michigan Panthers on Sunday.
Tithing free money for Diane.
Troy Warner and Corbin Kafusi, both with the Memphis Showboats, play the Philadelphia Stars tomorrow. Samson Nakua and Bo Tanner, a couple of former BYU speedsters at receiver with the Pittsburgh Maulers, play the New Orleans Breakers on Sunday.
I couldn't have named any of those mascots had you not said that.
I know the Houston Gamblers, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Number 7 men's rugby plays at number 3 Central Washington tomorrow in the D1A quarterfinals at 3 Eastern. The Cougars already played the Wildcats, beat them 24-23 on March 18th. Good luck to my old roommate Steve St. Pierre and the boys.
Get to the semis. We determined that would be a huge success.
Yep.
All rise and shout. It's time for What's Trending.
Saunders out ahead to Robinson. Waterman wants a 3. Got it.
Watson rejected. Keanu Hill. Touchdown. Cougs.
Big 12 life from the back of the pack. Well, this is new for BYU's major sports, specifically men's football and men's basketball. But it's new because BYU is going into a Power 5 conference.
What?
Yeah, did you hear? Well, of note, Jarom, BYU is the lowest ranked Big 12 team in both the ESPN SP Plus football metric and in Ken Pomeroy's ratings in Big 12 men's basketball. So how concerned are you that BYU is at the bottom of all 14 teams currently in the Big 12?
Insert Drake quote, right? But yeah, no, BYU in football will not be the worst Big 12 team. I am extremely confident that that's the case. Yes, they are the lowest ranked right now, but wasn't TCU one of the lowest ranked last year going in? They go to the national title game. I'm not saying that's what BYU is going to do. I'm just saying BYU, to me, is probably going to be somewhere in the middle of the pack.
Sure.
If BYU is in the lower half, barely, that's fine. Again, first year in the Big 12, we don't know how tough it's going to be. We're walking in, not that I can even relate to this, but Shep certainly could. Walking into a new gym, and you're going to put up more weight on the bar, and certainly you hope for the same amount of reps you used to do, but the reality is you're going to have fewer reps, but a higher amount of weight, a.k.a. tougher schedule, 10 P5s, longer duration of toughness throughout the year. Like, you need endurance strength, kind of like the bench in the NFL Combine. 225, how many reps can you get up? It's not pure strength, it's endurance strength. Can BYU get through a Power 5 season?
Okay.
And I certainly think BYU can. I am not concerned about being 62 in SP+. BYU is going to be a better team than Kansas. BYU is going to be better than a couple other teams. Maybe BYU is middle of the pack. Who knows? Basketball, I am concerned because at 77 in the final KenPom, which, by the way, is not terrible. I think that's way better than how we feel about how the season went. I think we feel like BYU was 250 emotionally, mentally. They were not. This just in, 77. Certainly not making the NIT is always going to be disappointing, but we have high standards here.
77 is still top 25% of college basketball. There are 351 Division I teams.
That'd be like being in the top 30 in football. You know what I mean? Certainly different because there's a lot of teams in men's basketball. I'm not concerned about football. I am concerned about men's basketball. Certainly need to add some talent to the group, to a young core. And now you play in – it's actually better than the SEC is in football. The Big 12 is in basketball.
Top to bottom.
Yes. There's what's going to be a game that we schedule, see on the schedule, Spence, where we go, that is an automatic win. We know it's a win. There will be 0 of those. We will not say at USF or USF at home.
Or UCF.
UCF, thank you, is not automatically a win. You are going to have to battle. So that's a challenge. But guess what? We wanted this challenge. We've wanted this challenge for a long time. Not scared of it. If you're scared by a dog, had a dog, got rid of it, so I ain't scared, right? Let's go. BYU in the Big 12. Time to musk up, as they did in Anchorman, and get after it.
Yeah, I don't know that preseason metrics or even postseason metrics leading into a new season really concern me that much. There is a little bit of trepidation for me because I put some stock into Bill Connolly's numbers and what he has created with SP Plus in collaboration with ESPN. I feel like that's a pretty solid metric, but still, I did the research over the past 5 seasons looking at where BYU was in February of each year and where they finished after the college football season. And so just to recap, February 2018, this is coming off a terrible 2017 season. Worst season for BYU football in 50 years.
Vegas had BYU winning 10 in 2017. Right?
And you win 4.
Yeah.
The Cougars started number 76 in February 2018. They finished number 46 after going 7-6. 19 started 50. Finished 60th, so a little bit of a drop, and then the huge uptick in 2020, but say what you will about the COVID schedule.
Hard to have predicted.
BYU was number 53. They finished 7th that season. 2021, 5-0 against the Pac-12, de facto Pac-12 champions. They started number 52, finished 46th after losing in the Independence Bowl
that
against
season
UAB.
Wasn't as good in SP Plus.
In SP Plus, yeah. So it was a little bit of an uptick. Last year, BYU started number 23 in the SP Plus, and we were like, oh, wow, this is good. This is favorable.
We were excited.
Finished 70th.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right now, BYU's number 62. Okay? But that's dead last. So I feel like.
How about all 14 teams being in the top 62?
Yes. And that's what I'm getting to.
That's good.
BYU's number 62. So, middle of the pack. That's the worst. This tells you, according to the metrics, where the Big 12 is.
A lot of good teams.
I don't expect BYU to finish dead last in football either. They're going to win some games. I think they're going to win after a bowl game. I think they're going to win 8 games and finish in the top 50. They'll be probably 45 to 50. That's where I feel like
that could be like 9th in the league.
Yeah,
when all
for
is said
sure.
And done.
And that's fine.
And if it's 10th and you won 8 games,
great.
Just speaks to the strength of the Big 12. And now you know. Now you got
a different realm.
Yes, it's totally different. All of the history of BYU was built on easier schedules, domination. When you get to a couple of those big games, you got to win a couple, and then you make a mark, right? BYU's not had anything like this before. They certainly ramped it up in Independence, and that was good. BYU was obviously more prepared for this moment than any other non-Power 5 was entering a league, including the Big East teams. But you still got to show up, and you got to play, and you got to win. BYU certainly needs some depth. They need to get to that spot. But like you said, and it's interesting, too, because with the variation of strength or lack thereof in certain years in independence, sort of hard to gauge with BYU what that was going to be like. In the Mountain West, it was pretty consistent, and it got better because you had 3 top 25 teams there in 07, 08, 09 with Utah and TCU. Independence, it's hard to know, how good is Notre Dame this year? What is Arkansas that good? Hard to know. Now we're going to have a pretty consistent, okay, in a given year from the Big 12, you're going to have X amount of ranked teams, X amount are going to finish top 25 in the end, blah, blah, blah. We'll get to know, there will be rivalries, we'll get the rotation of schedule. But like you said, in football, not concerned. Basketball certainly has something to prove. Football doesn't have as much to prove as men's basketball does at this point.
Sure.
Because they're coming off their 4-9 season, if you will, in basketball terms last year. We need this team to rebound, and we fully expect them to be competitive the next couple of years.
Yeah, the reason I share all those numbers, and I know it's a lot of numbers, there's really no significant trend. Well, if they start here in SP Plus, like they typically have done it. It's been all over the map. I feel like you're playing Battleship with somebody, and they just keep moving the ships.
Is Rihanna in this Battleship movie like she was in the other?
No. Okay. Terrible movie. Terrible movie. I think I got 20 minutes into it, and I was like, I'm out.
You're like, Battleship sunk.
I'm out.
A7,
Now, if you're playing with your friend, it's like this SP Plus is kind of like you hit somebody, and then like you go back, you're like, oh, okay, like I've narrowed it.
Definitely B7.
And they're like, nope. You're like, what do you mean, nope? Like I've hit everyone else. Like, well, the ship's moving. It's headed over somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like you can't move it. That's kind of how it feels like. It's just like such a moving target.
Sports, man. But that's why we love it. We don't exactly know.
Unpredictability
it's not programmable.
Is why we love it.
Come on now.
I do agree with you on the basketball side that like that metric feels like it resonates more than the SP Plus, the Ken Pomeroy, because BYU is going to have something different. They need an insurgence of scoring, of pace of play.
They've got to nail it in the transfer portal.
Yeah,
yep. And they're going after it. They're getting after it.
And it makes a bigger difference when you get that guy because there's only 13 scholarship players in basketball compared to how many football? 85? Mm-hmm. It's such a different game.
Yep.
Like one player, quite literally, can change your team. Ask Santa Clara and Brandon Pajimski.
Yep.
Right? He changed the whole team.
Yep.
That's what BYU is looking for. So, yeah, right now, more concerned for basketball with you. I agree. All right, our question of the day. We've answered it. How concerned are you that BYU is ranked lowest in basketball and football in SP Plus with football and Ken Pomeroy's index in basketball going into the Big 12? At BYU to the Big 12 on Twitter answers,
nice hand.
Hey, if BYU wants to play in the big time, they've got to be willing to play in the big time. And if that means a few down years, I'm okay with that. But what is a down year?
In men's hoops, not making the NIT, and in football, not making a bowl game. Those are down years.
Not making a bowl game would feel like, I feel like almost, is bad too strong of a word to use? A bad season?
Yeah. No, it's a bad season. We have a high standard here, and BYU feels like, hey, it's ready for this. So let's go.
JT Lamoureux on Twitter says, meh, preseason rankings never mean anything. TCU was one of the, if not the lowest ranked team in the Big 12 last year and made it to the championship game, the national championship game, not just the Big 12 championship game. So it doesn't matter, just win.
Yeah. Well, they matter, but they don't ultimately matter. Yeah, all good. Okay, baseball's on the road for Game 2 at Santa Clara tonight. Dropped Game 1 last night. Looking to bounce back, try and win the series here. Listen to Game 2 tonight, 9 Eastern on the BYU Radio app.
Up next, what is the potential for BYU's offensive line in 2023? Brady Christensen still knows a few guys on that line. He's going to give us his take. And what advice does he have for Blake Freeland going into the draft? This is BYU Sports Nation.
Dude, he's at the office.
Tim Daly Ford in Spanish Fork offers a large inventory of Ford vehicles, including a selection of cars and trucks, providing a range of transportation choices. From the Ford Fusion sedan and the Edge crossover SUV to a range of pickups including the F-150. Each product line comes with options to enhance performance, comfort, and safety. Think Ford, think Tim Daly Ford in Spanish Fork.
Accidents don't just happen 9 to 5. They happen when you least expect them. The team at Siegfried & Jensen is here for you 24/7. Nights, weekends, every day, every hour. Really here for you. No matter when you call us, you'll speak to a real person and have access to the same expertise and personal attention as always, and get the legal help you need when you need it. Nights, weekends, every day, every hour, 24/7.
Learn more at siegfriedandjensen.com.
I was adopted as a baby.
Love, that's the missing piece.
4 teams are racing to find their family.
I would really love to meet my parents. It's high time that we see each other again.
I'm your dad, Tommy.
I'm your sister, love.
Really?
I just want her to know I forgive you.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome
to an all-new season of Relative Race.
Welcome back to BYU Sports Station. We are live in Studio B on a Friday. This is your day-to-day BYU Sports play-by-play alongside Jarom Jordan. I am Spencer Linton. Hey, I should note, during the break, I looked up where TCU was last February.
Where were they?
48. BYU was 25 spots higher than TCU going into the season.
So basically, you're saying BYU is going to make the playoff.
Well, there's 62 this year, so you take that same deal. Maybe they finish top 30.
Finish in top 30.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Put on your blue goggles. We still need blue goggle holsters in Studio B.
Oh, I got some right here.
Mine are permanently attached to a degree.
I have contact.
We're super excited to bring in our first guest of the day. He is Brady Christensen. He is an outstanding NFL offensive lineman for the Carolina Panthers and a great personality overall. Brady, welcome back to BYU Sports Nation, man.
Thank you. It's great to be back. I love to be back to BYU, you know. It's awesome.
Hey, I guess Carolina still has a shade. Is that considered blue? Is it Carolina blue?
That's blue.
Like what's the shade that the Panthers say that is of that particular shade of blue?
Yeah, it's Carolina blue. I mean, I don't know for sure, but it seems like almost like a mix between Duke and North Carolina basketball. You know, it's kind of all mixed together, and I love the Carolina blue. You know, it's a good color.
My dad grew up, a North Carolina fan, and he would say, "Jarom, do you know why the sky is blue? Because God loves Carolina," which was always funny. Do you want to break some news and just tell us which quarterback the Panthers are going to pick with the number 1 overall pick?
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me just tell you right now. They definitely told me who they're picking. Totally kidding. People always ask me, "Hey, who they're going to pick?" And I'm like, honestly, you probably know more than me. You follow it closer than I do. I have no idea.
You're like, hey, Jaron Hall would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Bryce
I'm excited,
Youngers. Yeah, CJ or Bryce, you'd think, right? Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait, but it'll be fun to see who they pick and get in there. And there are a couple of guys have been here visiting. It's a good quarterback class, so I'm really excited for all. I'm excited for Jaron Hall to see where he lands. I've been following him. It's going to be a fun. Draft day is always fun. It brings back all those memories. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Absolutely, and let's stay with that theme. Your good friend Blake Freeland crushed it at the combine, much like you did. You had a great combine as well, and your numbers were really good, and you showed your athleticism. He was off the charts with his athleticism. So, what are the conversations like between you and Blake? And if there haven't been many, what advice would you offer to him at this point?
Yeah, we've been talking back and forth. We're competitive people. I was like, I still got you in the broad jump type of thing. And he's like, I got you in the vert. We're kind of going back and forth. But I'm happy for him. I mean, really no surprise. He's such a freak, and just to see how hard he's worked and all that hard work pay off, it's been awesome. I remember telling him when he was young, I was like, dude, you are very special. You could be one of the best BYU tackles ever. And so to finally see that come true, it's really no surprise to me. And just kind of the advice I've been giving him, just stay the process and just enjoy the ride. You have no idea where you're going to go. You're trying to figure out who's interested in me, where am I going to go, but you have no idea. So just enjoy the ride and have fun with it.
By the way, are you at work right now? Are you at the Panthers facility?
Yeah, I am at the Panthers facility. I got some rehab in and got a little workout in. It's OTA started for us this week, so we had meetings and stuff. But it's been fun to kind of get to meet the new staff and kind of get rolling. So cool.
Okay, flashback to 2019. You're the starting left tackle. Blake Freeland was thrown as a starting right tackle in his first start, I believe, against Boise State. You guys are 2-4 at that point. Boise State comes in, they're ranked 15th. Blake Freeland told us he lined up against Curtis Weaver, who's drafted the next year by Boise State. And Curtis is like, hey, how many games have you played, man? He goes, oh, this is my first start. And he's like, what? What was Blake Freeland like in 2019 versus the guy that we saw dominating last year?
Blake, I remember that game very vividly. I was like, hey, dude, you're going against one of the best Mountain West pass rushers of all time. Like, go have fun, go show what you got. He played great. He really did. I just remember him playing in practice. He would just pull and run around the corner, and he'd just be destroying people. Sometimes he looked like he was tackling people, but it's just he was so raw but so athletic and so big and so good. You're like, holy cow, this guy, once he fine tunes his technique, it's going to be incredible. And that's what he's done this past couple of years is really fine tune his technique to go along with that athleticism. So it's been fun to watch his progress.
Brady Christensen, former BYU offensive lineman, great, now with the Carolina Panthers. In fact, he's in the Carolina Panthers facility as we speak, is joining us on BYU Sports Nation. You mentioned you went through some rehab. We know you had surgery not too long ago, and we all want you to get healthy. So what's the status on your injury and your rehab and how you're feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm 3 months out post-surgery and feeling really good, deadlifted this week, squatted this week, doing some rudiment stuff, some high knees and some A skips and just really getting it rolling and getting it strengthened again. So it's been a cool process just to see the weekly improvements that I've had, and it's been really smooth so far. It's feeling great, and I'm really excited. I'll be back full speed, for sure by fall camp.
Yeah, ankles are tricky. So was it tough for you to trust it? When you're doing a deadlift, like are you good with that mentally?
Yeah, I always said, well, I've learned that it's as big physically as it is mentally. I mean, first time I was doing, high knees and those things, I wasn't like being explosive off of it. Some of it was physical, like it wasn't as strong as my right leg, but also it was mentally like I didn't walk for 8 weeks. And so just to get that mentally back again is a big process, and you got to work on it daily.
What did you do without walking for 8 weeks?
And I not a lot. I got into this. I was trying to read some books, and that didn't go great. So I watched, a lot of TV, watched a lot of movies. I just let, my son, just climb up on me, and we, tried to get around as much as possible with a scooter. It was a pretty mild winter in Charlotte too, so we got outside as much as possible. I would ride my scooter, and Ledger would ride his, and we'd go together. So, it was a good time. Just spend a lot of time with, Ledger and my wife. So it wasn't too bad.
Congrats on the mild winter. We had the opposite of that.
Yeah, sorry, that's a probably sensitive subject.
It was right now. Crazy here, but we think we're almost done with it.
We're not even done yet.
We're not done with it. It was really cold yesterday and today. How long till you get out to the golf course? Because I know that's a big deal for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping next week I'll be back on the golf course. Got a doctor's appointment, and that's going to be the first question I ask, and I start swinging the sticks. So that'll be a big day.
Outstanding. Brady Christensen, soon to the golf course, my friend, is on BYU Sports Nation. The draft approaches in now under 2 weeks. Now that you're a pro and you've gone through it, how much attention do you pay to it? Like, are you dialed in? Are you watching it? Or are you just kind of like, I'll read through Twitter when the day's over?
Yeah, I'm not too dialed in on it. I'm excited to see what, Panthers do, and I kind of follow that a little bit closely just because, future teammates that I'm excited to be around. But other than that, I'll watch it. I'll be glued in for that number 1 overall pick, and then the second round draft pick, whoever they pick. And so I'll be glued in for who we pick and then where the BYU guys go to. I follow those two things. And other than that, I don't know much about it. I don't pay close attention to it. Off season's kind of the time to get away a little bit from football. And that's what I've been doing.
I don't believe you, but that's a good answer. You got the number 1 pick. You're like, don't take a left guard. All good. Tell us a little bit about a couple of your former teammates who are in the mix to have huge years for BYU, which is Connor Pay and Braden Keim. What were those guys like when you interacted with them at BYU? Because certainly Connor could be the starting center, perhaps a guard. Braden Keim probably will be the starting right tackle.
Yeah, Connor Pay, man. I remember our bowl game against USF, the COVID year. He jumped in and played center for James and just played outstanding. And he's kind of been like that ever since. So it's been really fun to watch him. So he's going to be that anchor of that line. And to have an anchor like that as center is huge. And so I'm really excited for them. And then Keim's just, I'm excited to watch him play. He was so raw when I was there and so tall and lanky. And you can tell he's put on a lot of good weight, and he can still move like he did when he was skinny. So I'm excited to watch him just dominate and really show who he is. I mean, how old is he now? He's got to be, I'm just kidding, close to 28.
He's been around a minute, yeah.
But it's going to be mean, you got Kingsley there too. I didn't ever play with him, but, I saw him in high school and at the BYU camps, just saw how he moved. They're going to be tall, big, athletic, man. It's just been a good streak of BYU O-lines, and so it'll be fun to watch them. They need to win some games in the Big 12. They got to rely on those guys to have a good season for sure.
Yeah, let's finish up with that. Just projections for BYU as they go into the Big 12 with Kingsley Suamata'i and Connor Pay and some key transfers. Braden Kimes certainly is going to play a huge role on that offensive line. Brady, what are you looking at BYU as far as expectations go for year one of Power 5 play? They're going to take on 10 Power 5 teams and 9 in conference. So how are you managing expectations?
Yeah, I think I have high expectations. I don't know, hoping 10 wins, honestly, just go in and dominate. I think, like I said before, I think the trenches are going to be huge. When you're playing that many P5 teams, you really got to control the line of scrimmage. So if they can stay healthy up front, on the O-line and then the D-line with, Jay Hill coming in and having an aggressive defense, it'll be really fun to see. And then, my boy Max Tooley at linebacker, I played in high school with him. If they can get rolling and stay healthy, they're going to be really, really good. So I'm excited to watch them play against all those P5 teams. It's going to be a hell of a year for sure.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, we're sending you some blue goggles right now, which is great. We would love 10 wins. That'd be awesome, right? The lights went out in the room. Did you hold still for too long?
Yeah, no, I need to move the motion activator.
Hey, take it easy. You're rehabbing, man. It's all good.
Hey, arms are still good. Arms are still good.
Arms are still good. Yeah, exactly.
Brady, I know we're not supposed to pick favorites, but come on, you're one of our favorites. You're one of our favorites. You're one of our favorites.
Appreciate it, guys. You guys are the best.
Hey, great to talk with you, brother. We wish you continued success and increased health as you rehab. Can't wait to watch what the Panthers do.
Congrats on getting C.J. Stroud. That's very exciting.
Yeah, yep. We'll be talking soon. I'll see you somewhere on a golf course in Bountiful, hopefully over the summer.
Bountiful Ridge, here we come.
Let's go, man. Brady, great to talk to you. Take care, brother.
Take care, guys.
Brady Christensen of the Carolina Panthers.
Brady. He's just chilling in the offensive line room.
He's so real. Out. He is be real. He is real.
He is be real. Is he on Be Real? I want to follow him. If you missed any interviews like the one we just did, shows, games, Deep Blues, you can find them on BYUSN.com. Download the BYU TV app. Get all BYU sports content we've got on demand.
Still on the way. Did the universe send yet another sign that BYU football could summon some special powers from 1984?
Like the newspaper on campus?
We'll discuss next. Think about that.
The ambition of that name is amazing.
This is BYU Sports Nation.
BYU Sports Nation is presented by the BYU Store, official outfitter of BYU fans everywhere.
They prefer to be bringing the heat, getting set for success, demonstrating their drive. But when their blood and sweat turns to tears or anything else, we lay the groundwork for BYU's athletes to hit the ground running again, and you as well. Intermountain Healthcare, official medical provider for BYU Athletics.
If you're looking to build your brand awareness and increase market share as BYU moves into the Big 12, this is the place, BYU Athletics. We can provide the tools you need to make sure your company is seen and heard. BYU Athletics is where you can align your products and services with loyal fans that cheer for our Cougars. And they can also help your business win. Learn more about what a partnership with BYU Athletics and your company will look like. After all, this is the place. Email sponsorship at byu.edu today.
Home is just about to get a whole lot happier.
So you've been living with no furniture for about 2 months. Well, we're about to change that for you.
Watch as helpful folks lend a hand to those in need. see them refurbish and replenish homes all over the world.
Caitlin left her house when she was 13, and now she's finally home.
With all kinds of shows to explore on the BYU TV app, you're sure to find loads your family can watch together. Stream them all for free.
Yo, follow BYU Sports Nation on social media for content throughout the day. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
He is Jarom. I am Spencer. Time to whip it. Cougar Whip Around presented by Maersk, your e-commerce logistics shipping partner, even on a Friday.
Homie of the program, Cam Miller of College Football Network released his Big 12 wide receiver rankings. Keanu Hill, number 11. Cody Epps, number 12. What do you think?
I'm putting on my invisible blue goggles, and I am loving that. BYU with 2 of the top 12 receivers in the Big 12. This is a conference known for big-time pass catchers.
I really like this, Spence. I think they fit in the top 12. I think Chase Roberts hopefully will be a top 20 guy as well.
Yes, I was just going to add that. Where's Chase Roberts?
Didn't have enough over the season, right? Was hurt quite a bit, but I like it.
I love the big 3 for BYU. Is there another receiver out there in the portal that could help out a little bit?
Is there? Yeah, BYU needs multiple.
Yeah, I'm all in. I think they're going to be very busy with Keaton Slovis throwing them the ball. Big Game Boomer checks in with the top 100 tight ends of the 21st century. Dennis Pitta lands at 35.
Yeah.
Couldn't be 32, come on. Johnny Harleen at number 67. Jarom, do you feel Dennis is ranked too high?
In the words of at 100 miles a week, I was reading through this list but ran out of time after number 34.
There's always time for Dennis. Come on.
No, Dennis is
he should have been at number 32.
What if I told you that Dennis still holds the NCAA record for most yards by a tight end in a career, 2,901?
Then he's top 25.
He's awesome. Do you know Gordon Hudson still holds the single game record, 259 versus Utah in 81, and career per game, 75 a game? Gordon Hudson.
Wow.
Rest in power, my guy.
I'm looking at something that goes, Rob Gronkowski's number 25. Travis Kelce's number 28.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty good list.
They're better NFL tight ends than college tight ends. Well, the Cavender twins announcing their potential transfer from Miami to the WWE. What? Which BYU duo would make a great professional wrestling tag team?
This is tough. Like,
no, it's not.
Yes, it is, because the first answer that came to my mind are a couple of guys that are no longer at BYU. The Barrington brothers.
Oh, look at you.
So I had mixed emotions. I was like, oh, yeah, the Barrington brothers. They would offensive linemen, big person, fun guys. They're competing for Baylor now.
Chris Brooks and Houston Himmeley.
Oh, wow.
Also, Louis Lapuapu. Ask Boise State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know the Nakuas are not big, but their personalities are perfect for the WWE.
We've seen punchings from all of them.
Puka and Samson defending each other. Like, you can see Samson running in with, like, you know, the folding chair and slamming some dude.
Famously Kai, okay?
The Nakua brothers are where I ultimately saw, but they're not the biggest of stature. So
that don't matter.
Figure it out. I guess the Cavender twins aren't the biggest of stature either.
Those little guys? Yeah.
Yes. Encarnacion. Number 6 BYU men's volleyball taking a number 8 stand for tonight's perfect home record is on the line. Are you banking that that's going to happen? And what are the seeding scenarios this weekend if it doesn't happen?
The team that wins both is the 2 seed. If they split, it's 2-3. If one team loses 2, they may fall to 4. That's the basic scenario.
Wow.
So if BYU wins both, they're the 2. They were picked to finish 6th in the league, by the way.
Is there a way they could win? Like I said, they split. Is there a way that BYU could split and still be the 2 seed?
No.
They would be the 3.
Split and be the 3, probably. Because they lose some tiebreakers. Well, they could. You're right. They could split and be the 2. It depends if they win in fewer sets than Stanford
what else?
does.
Yeah. Yep. Situational.
So win in 3 tonight, and you're in a good spot.
Okay.
Aubrey Frentaway set the new BYU 10K record yesterday. Previous record that was set by Carrie May in 1984. Just yet another sign that this football season will be awesome.
No. No,
good
it's
answer.
Not in any way, shape, or form. No. I love
the snowpack and this. No.
Yeah, I love the coincidence here, but it has zero impact on what's going to happen.
This is not, 1984.
At College Football Home's Twitter poll, we discussed this yesterday, of the most hated fan bases, Utah and BYU going head-to-head in a 2-seed versus 3-seed matchup in the round of 32. Utah holds on for the win.
Congrats.
So does that loss actually equate to a BYU win?
Yes, we didn't want to be the most hated. Also,
why would you want to win in that regard?
Also, who cares about this bowl? But we care because we put it on the show twice.
Yeah, no thanks to the most hated fan base. Congratulations, you.
Congrats to all the
You're
BYU
a more
fans.
hated fan base than BYU. Up next, what are the emotions like of the big-time top 10 showdown senior night matchup that we just discussed between BYU Volleyball and Stanford? Head coach Shawn Olmstead and libero Mitch Worthington in studio to give us some insight. This is BYU Sports Nation.
Yeah, baby.
This portion of BYU Sports Nation is presented by Maersk, your e-commerce logistics shipping partner.
Introducing the truck for adventure. The all-new 2022 Nissan Frontier doesn't compromise on power or comfort. This midsize truck was redesigned to incorporate the latest technology and designs for safety, comfort, and convenience. Plus, with up to 6,700 pounds of towing capacity and best-in-class horsepower, it's rugged enough for adventure and still safe enough to transport all your favorite people. Where's your new Frontier? You'll find it at Tim Dowling Nissan Southtown and South Jordan.
We'd like to honor a player we lost just a few months ago. Someone very special to this community.
Remember when playing used to be fun?
We need to play
now.
If we run the board, we got a shot at state. Yes! We can win. For Caroline.
Capono Brown. And the triple block ends it. Easton Stanley and BYU takes down Pepperdine in 5.
Oh, BYU has known nothing but victory at home this season in men's volleyball. It's a beautiful thing. Welcome back to BYU Sports Nation. We are live in Studio B. Joining us now, a dynamic duo from men's volleyball, the head coach, Shawn Olmstead.
Some liberos.
And the libero, Mitch Worthington. Yeah,
that's
the libero
in the house. In the house.
It's also Vest Day, apparently, Shawn.
Well, I'm kind of, where's your hoodie?
I didn't get one.
Well,
okay, but I did get shoes from you a few years back, which I wore today.
There you go, and I appreciate you doing that. We'll take care of you. We got to take care of you.
All right.
You got to take care of you.
Let's go.
I don't share. I should probably just give you one that I got.
That's all good. Yeah. Mitch, great to have you on the show as well.
Thanks for having me.
How you feeling as you head into what's going to be a really fun, dramatic weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we're stoked. We're super excited to have gotten where we are in the season and to be here tonight. And it's nothing but business for us right now. So we're excited.
It's been a fun journey, Mitch, from the year before your mission and then all the way to 2023. How would you sort of summarize your time at BYU now that these are the last two matches for you in Provo?
Yeah, I mean, this whole year, everyone's been kind of talking to me like, oh, you're so old, like, how long you've been here? And,
but you are the oldest.
I am,
but you are.
by far. And it's not an exaggeration. I've been here a long time, but I've enjoyed every moment of it with the guys that I've been with, that I've had the opportunity to play with. It's all been, each year has been a little different. It's been something special, and it's been awesome.
The old man, Mitchell Worthington, and the young and sprightly Shawn Olmstead with us on BYU Sports Nation.
There we go.
Yeah, you get Stanford. They're a team that's riding a wave of confidence, but so is BYU. How do you feel about the matchup against the Cardinal?
We look very similar, both of us. And you're exactly right. They're playing really good volleyball right now, and I think we are too. We didn't have the opportunity to compete last week, so I think we took a pretty smart approach to how we went about last week. The guys bought into that completely. We believe, I mean, it was one of the best weeks of practices we had last week and even this week, you know, because when you're not playing towards the end of the season, you would like to be playing matches, you know, maybe one match or ideally two, it'd be great. But things kind of played out that way. So the guys, all credit to the guys, because you can kind of lose focus. You know, snow's melting, sun's out, the flowers are starting to pop.
Finally?
Yes, and so you know, the guys stayed focused. All credit to those guys. And so it's, I mean, look, what more could you want here at the Smith Fieldhouse? And then you got Mitch, senior night, playing against Stanford, two teams that are playing at a high level. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be rocking.
There are a ton of storylines, but perhaps the biggest one, I guess, is just what these matches mean, right? So, sure. Mitch, there's all these scenarios, right? But ultimately, if you guys win 2, you're the 2 seed. You were picked 6th. Did you guys take that personally? Was that motivating at all?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, based off everything that happened last year, we definitely took everything personal. We knew we were a better team than what we showed last year, and we were prepared to come out and show everyone, and that's what we've done thus far.
And it's simple. You win 2, you're the 2 seed. What would that mean to the team if you were the 2?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of building the confidence. That's what we've done so far, and especially being here at home, we have all the confidence in the world playing at home, and so being able to come out here and play our game tonight and then tomorrow night, it's just going to keep that confidence rising as it should going towards playoffs.
Clearly, there are several motivating factors for this team. I've paid particular attention to the idea that you're undefeated at home. And Jarom told me it's only happened twice before. In the amazing storied history of BYU men's volleyball, it's only happened twice before that you've had.
And Mitch was here for both of them in 98 and 2014.
1989, you know, the first year of, no, I'm kidding. Sorry, Mitch.
Nah, it's all good.
Do you throw things like that, Coach, on the back burner? It's like, that's cool, or does it matter?
You know, I think I bet you could ask Mitch and he'd be able to tell you that most of the things that I find out, I kid you not, come from Jarom. No. And I love it because he's done such a great job. He's been such a wonderful, wonderful partner. That's why he's got a hoodie. with BYU volleyball for so many years. No, he really has. And I find out everything from him. Mitch knows me half the time. Yeah, through Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. But Mitch knows. I mean, half the time I'm like, huh? You know, someone will bring something up. I'm like, wait, what? What happened? You know, I've just. But it's pretty cool. You know, all those things. I remember at the start of the year, Mitch and I were standing because Mitch always comes over right before the set. Once they say we're ready to go, he comes over and fist pump, let's go. And I remember I just said, Mitch, look, you know, check this out, man. This is it. And he's done everything. He's been an outstanding leader. He's done everything. So those things are great. It really is. But luckily, you guys keep track of those things, so we don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, and we can just focus on other things, and that's exactly what these guys have done.
Another storyline is you're going for win 150 tonight. You'd be faster than Carl to that mark. Certainly, wow. Carl McGowan went through more early, right? To sort of set this up, but 100%. I know it's a huge, obvious mentor for you. But to get to 150 would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and if I get there like that's because of what Carl did. Yeah. Because he went through the 2 and whatever seasons, and again, that's. Mitch remembers when I found out, right? Because I had no idea, and it was Jamie, thank you, Beck, that kind of sent that to me. It was your Twitter. I would have had no idea. I mean, honestly, if you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have not been close. If you would have asked me to guess, hey, Shawn, how many wins? I don't know, but it's cool because I've been able to spend a lot with a guy like this and all the rest of the guys, and so that's the cool part of it all. And so let's strap them up, tie the shoelaces, and welcome Stanford and all the fans to the Smith Fieldhouse and get rocking.
It's true. 5 of your 8 seasons have been with Mitch.
Oh, well, there you go. You know? So, there you go. There you go.
I mean, there's only a handful of dudes that can say they went to 2 Final Fours, if not 3 this year. we still got some game to play. So
Yeah,
2 Final Fours,
absolutely.
pretty
Would have been
awesome.
3 if COVID didn't happen.
Would have been 3.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I know.
It's
I'm
too
still not
painful.
over that.
And he's going to put that in his office behind, when he's running a successful company. Would have been 3. I like that. That's awesome. I love it. I support it.
Me too.
Yes.
I'm here for it. Mitch, what do you think your emotions are going to be like as you play your final matches as a senior in the Smith Fieldhouse?
It's going to be bittersweet for sure. I mean, I'm not going to take away from the time that I've been here because it's been amazing. But I'm definitely going to be here, cherish every moment that I have, especially tonight and tomorrow night. But I mean, like I said before, it's business as usual. So these are kind of just steps that we got to take in our process to reach our ultimate goal, which is to win a national championship.
Can you hear individual fans? Like over the 5 years, can you hear individual fans?
Yeah, what's it like for you?
A lot of times people ask, like, if I yell, will you hear me? And I'm like, you have to be very specific with the timing of your yell. Like, if it's a timeout, maybe. Will I acknowledge it? Definitely not, because I'm in the zone. It's game time. But most of the time, I don't. I zone most things out pretty well.
I'm just glad I have headphones. I literally zone everybody out.
You got to be like Ace Man right after the national anthem, and then they'll hear you. Boom.
Very,
right
very
there.
tight.
Right there.
Yeah, find your spot.
I've never asked you this, Shawn. Why is it in volleyball, I can't imagine this in any other sport, that the players who aren't in the timeout huddle are just peppering? Can you imagine in basketball, they're just like shooting during a timeout?
Yeah.
Or football, just out there passing? Why is it in volleyball that people are
that's
peppering during a
I wish I
timeout?
could give you a better answer. I actually, if you pay attention to, the international, the pro league, a lot of times you won't see, with a ball. And even our division's kind of gone back and forth, like no ball contact in the timeout stuff or in between sets. You can't attack. You can attack. It's gone back and forth because you will see in a lot of other leagues where they're just kind of running back and forth. But I don't know what you see in basketball. I don't know. I don't pay attention. Does basketball run back and forth maybe?
No, they're all
like
in the
jumping
huddle.
jacks.
They just stand in the
push-ups?
huddle.
Okay.
No, they're not doing anything.
Then we are pretty unique. Yeah, and we know if we've got a guy that we might be, hey, we may need. We'll tell him to hang out and hang around. But I guess it's an opportunity for the other guys to get some touches in front of fans. Something like that.
Yeah.
So great to have both of you in studio.
Thanks for coming in.
Preview a great weekend.
First time for Mitch. Good to have you.
There we go. Looking forward to well, long overdue, my friend. And we're glad we got it in before you take off. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma for the matches against Stanford.
Let's do it.
Let's go. It's a real thing. You've benefited from this before, Shawn.
Oh, yes.
Going back to your days with the women's volleyball team for crying out loud.
All the way back. Way back.
The mustache may have played into that as well, but
that too.
Double karma.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
you, guys.
Okay, watch Skooks tonight. Number 6 BYU, number 8 Stanford, 9 Eastern time on the BYU TV app. Tomorrow night as well, win 2, BYU Tuesday.
Coming up, a rise and shout out to really destroying an almost 40-year record. Amazing stuff. This is BYU Sports Nation.
BYU Sports Nation is presented by the BYU Store, official outfitter of BYU fans everywhere.
BYU Food to Go's convenient location at 2191 North Canyon Road in Provo makes bringing popular BYU foods to your next event easy. Everything's ready when you need it at the drive and load pickup. You drive in and they load no matter the weather. And stop in the on-site creamery for great BYU chocolate milk and ice cream. BYU Food to Go, bringing campus to your table. Call for details, 801-422-5001.
Mark?
Some of my favorite moments are hearing from the family room just a chorus of laughter.
Twas your mother's.
BYU TV has been an escape and a refuge for me. We forgot about random acts. We love that one.
Today we wanted to do something nice for you.
I see that change on him after that show.
It just brightened everybody's day.
I can do this. I want to live my life in a way that show showed me.
was a great day.
You're going to feel the energy of all these volunteers.
I'm excited to get out into the world and see who else is making good.
And you're going to meet some of the most amazing people.
And we will all just lift each other up.
What we do is we create memories for families.
And you realize just how good people are.
It does take a village.
It's definitely been a journey.
This portion of BYU Sports Nation is presented by Mountain America, the official credit union of BYU Athletics.
Yo, this show's on demand. Download the free BYU TV and BYU Radio apps or listen to the podcast. Subscribe, rate, and review.
Our question of the day. How concerned are you that BYU is ranked lowest in men's basketball in the Ken Pomeroy Index and lowest in the SP Plus projections from ESPN for college football as they head into the Big 12? At Ames Flames on Twitter, longtime friend of the program, says 0% concern.
Okay.
0%.
Okay.
It's April, and I always prefer to be underrated than overrated. It gives the guys something to work for. Last year's team admitted they started out the season thinking they were pretty great. Lots of experience and ranked. Look where that got them. Well, they finished 8-5. But I understand.
It's a great point of sort of BYU likes being the underdog more than the favorite. I think about BYU going into Oregon, ranked number 12.
Yeah.
Wasn't great. Had BYU been, if it was the flip side, would BYU have performed better? Would they have prepared differently? I don't know, but I do agree that BYU, and I have been told by someone significant, listen, we like being the underdog more than the favorite.
Yeah, and don't you think most teams are that way, though? I don't know. Other than Alabama?
I think Georgia likes being the favorite.
Other than Georgia and Alabama?
I think BYU men's volleyball likes being the favorite. Although this year
they have benefited from being the underdog.
But it was sort of like, hey, we had a bad season. Now we're going to turn this thing around.
Okay.
I do agree with that idea. Being the underdog is kind of better for BYU.
All right, our elite voice of the day, presented by PAX Healthcare Elevated, comes from Steven. Sorry, Steven, I don't know your Twitter handle. It's just Steven. Just Steven on Twitter.
Found the Steven.
Said, put that chip on our shoulders. Let's go.
What's the origin of chip on your shoulder?
I feel like I've looked this up before, but I can't remember.
I have no idea what it is.
I don't know.
It's definitely not like a Dorito, right? Like that's not the
where
kind of
the
chip
heck
we're
does
talking
chip
about.
on the shoulder come from? Okay.
I'll look it up after.
Yeah. I've got. Well, why a chip?
Kettle baked salt and vinegar? What is it? What are we talking about?
Our elite voice of the day presented by, I mentioned that, by PAX. Today's Rise and Shout Out is presented by Mountain America, the official credit union of BYU Athletics. Let's give it to a woman who broke an almost 40-year record.
Amazing.
Incredible. Aubrey Frenthaway set the new women's 10,000-meter record, and she broke it by 17 seconds.
Unbelievable, Spence. That's
stood
so
since
awesome.
1984, and she beat it by 17 seconds.
That's crazy. Congratulations to Aubrey. I've got the answer.
Okay.
In the 19th century, boys spoiling for a fight would actually place an actual chip of wood on their shoulders before walking around belligerently daring others to knock the chip off. What?
I've got a chip on my shoulder.
That was some half-researched internet.
Okay, very good. I love it. Our thanks to today's guests, Brady Christensen, Shawn Olmstead, and Mitch Worthington.
Come knock it off, Dennis Pitta. No time for you.
For Jarom, I am Spencer. Let's shout out to the great Ryan Millar on this day.
Yeah, baby.
See you tonight for men's volleyball, 9 Eastern.